again. This year, 2024, to celebrate Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary. This is a very special day. 64 years ago, Nigeria gained independence from our former colonial masters, the Great Britain. This time, 64 years ago, the Union Jack came down and the green, white, green flag was afloat. With all the hopes, the promises of greatness and splendor, as even encapsulated in our national anthem. I think the second to the last verse, we are pleading with God to bless Nigeria with peace and plenty. For 64 years we have been striving to build this more perfect nation. With all the challenges, civil war, strife and challenges, and our triumphs. We have made progress, made leaps in various ways, but we still live out our challenges. Our challenges are many, but amidst all those challenges, today, my own message to Nigeria and to Anambra is that despite our challenges, our tomorrow will be greater than our today. Our tomorrow will be brighter. I see hope. I see prosperity. I see joy. That the dreams of our founding fathers, the Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief of Afemi Awolowo, the Sardauna of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello, and all the leaders who flew the flag at independence, that indeed, as we pray in our national anthem, that all their labors will never be in vain. Nigeria is destined as the largest black nation on earth in terms of population. Just a few years ago, we also ranked the largest economy in Africa. Yes, we have slipped. Yes, we have challenges. And even on this occasion, we remember the victims of all the huge floods that just ravaged several states. We are still waiting patiently and praying that it doesn't come with the same kind of ravage on Anambra State. But we remember all the victims at this hour and all those who suffer all kinds of challenges, poverty, inequality, continue to don our landscape. Several children, millions of children out of school, those suffering from malnutrition, even in the land of plenty. Those sick that we could not provide them with adequate hospital care. We remember all of you today and pray that those of us in public service and that all Nigerians can indeed come together through collective action, begin to build a Nigeria, not just to begin, to build upon the foundations already laid by our founding fathers, that Nigeria with peace and plenty may be blessed. This is a moment that will recall all those dreams that these people ever had. Our prayer is that Nigeria will not only be the largest nation, the largest black nation on earth, but will soon also become one of the biggest economies in the world. One of the top 5 biggest economies in the world. Nigeria can, if we all put our resources together, collectively want to aspire and work hard to make Nigeria great and even greater than our founding fathers ever dreamt. This is a land blessed with abundant human and material resources. As I see hope, I salute our youth. I see hope in these children that just march now. As I look in their faces, I could see that hope. Wherever we failed, our prayer is that these children will take off from where our failings and make Nigeria aright and make Nigeria great. And that is why we must not spare anything. We must work very hard to make sure we give these children the enablement, the empowerment, and all the enablement that they require to be able to have a secured future. Because it's only when they have a secured future that they can secure Nigeria. But on this particular occasion as well, I want to particularly thank the members of the armed forces, the federal forces, security agencies, riding from the police, the army, the DSS, the civil defense, the Navy, and so Air Force, and all the other service commanders, commands that are here in Anambra, who are working extremely very hard to secure our state and make our state safer. I will not also forget our very own Anambra Vigilante Service that has also been doing quite an admirable job, and also the other paramilitary institutions, the Awka Brigade, the ATMA, and so on and so forth. All of you are working extremely very hard to make Anambra a state where you have security, law, and order. And at this moment, we want to commend and appreciate all of you for all your services. Yesterday, last week, just last week, here in Anambra, we made a few triumphs. The first one, and by the way, I will never forget, that last Saturday, we kept one of the cardinal promises that we made to the Anambra, and that was to begin deepen the democratization process at the grassroots. And for 10 years, the last local government election was conducted in Anambra some 10 years ago. We made a promise which I affirmed during my swearing in, that once we finish putting in the various foundations, institutional and legal foundations, we're going to organize local government elections. That promise was kept last Saturday with the conduct of what many have adjudged to be one of the most credible, free, fair, transparent local government elections in Nigeria. And I am proud and happy to note that in the Anambra, while we do not take your support to us for granted, we will continue to work every day, every minute, every second of the day to continue to earn your trust. But I am very proud, very happy that on Saturday, the Anambra rose up again to cement what everybody knows in this state, that here in Anambra, Awka is Anambra, Anambra is Awka. Last Saturday, our aspiration, our goal was to win in 326 over 326, and that's what the Anambra delivered to us on Saturday. And I want to thank all of you for the 21 local government, 21 over 21 and 326 over 326. I want to appreciate everyone that played roles, our security agencies. The first announcement we made is that in obedience, consistent with the times that we face, that this government understands that literally everybody in Nigeria needs a raise. Everybody in Nigeria. Everybody needs a raise. We're all facing the difficult circumstances together. And because we all need a raise, and the national minimum wage law has been passed, we are juggling with the numbers. The revenue situation is not too buoyant in the midst of all the other dividends of democracy that we have to deliver to our people. But we are prioritizing and putting heavy priority on being sure that the least paid worker in Anambra, from the end of this month, we will be able to pay the least paid worker will be able to receive the minimum wage of 70,000 and so on in Anambra State. That's the first. The second announcement we made is still in the light of our progressive agenda, to leave no one behind, to make sure that the children of the poor, particularly the poorest of the poor, who are mostly in public schools, that will give them the ladder of opportunity. The ladder of opportunity is qualitative education. If you give a child qualitative primary and qualitative secondary education, you have given the child the ladder to climb and to be able to conquer the rest of his or her life. And so, we're not talking about 8,115 teachers that we have employed on competitive basis and posted to all our schools to end the era of schools without teachers. And yes, last year we announced and continue to implement zero fees and fines or any levies of any sort to children from nursery through JSS 3 in public schools. And on Thursday, we decided, it's not because we've got the resources, but because we are prioritizing the future of our children, who remain the bridge to our future. A priority we attach to them is why on Thursday last week, we also announced that beginning this academic session, in all public schools in Anambra, from nursery through primary, through JSS, up to SS3, all through secondary education, will now be totally free in Anambra State. Government will provide us, and we have also announced that for parents who have already paid, for those in senior secondary school, those who have already paid school fees, we gave them last week, and this coming week, you go back and collect your money back. Go and collect back the fees that you have paid. The government will provide the resources, and we have agreed with the head teachers and the principals, the resource framework that will be providing for them for their operational costs, as it were. For unions and all of us working together, everybody has something to offer. Everybody has something to do. Let us each day wake up asking, what have we done today? Or what will we do today to make Anambra, to make Nigeria far greater than what our founding fathers dreamt for us? We can. I believe we can. That's why I applied for this job, and every day I will keep on working to make sure that we realize those promises that we made and the promises of our founding fathers. Nigeria will be great again, but will be far greater than we ever dreamt. Not great again. Will be far greater than we ever dreamt if we all work together. I want to believe, by the grace of God, Nigeria will be great. Thank you very much.